Hello and welcome to something I've been at least I would say anticipating, but you know, I don't know. I've been waiting to do this for quite a while. Um, I'm not sure if I've been anticipating this, 'cause every every single story I read makes it like, what if this is terrible and just I don't know. Anyways, this is The Huntress of Fairy Tale by Awesome Panda Cat, having missed the E's in awesome. And oh boy. Now, apparently, according to Awesome Panda Cat here, it wasn't written by them, but they kind of neglect to put the actual the in the description. But we'll just have to deal with it. So, in case you can't tell, this is a crossover between RWBY and Fairy Tale. And yeah, we'll see how well this goes. Oh boy. I'll tell you why I was anticipating this and, trying to deal with it a little later. Once we, get through part of it. Chapter 1: The Fairy Tale. RWBY looked out of the window of her team's dorm room with a bored expression on her face as the rain started to pour down outside. She looked over at her teammates and saw that they were doing something to entertain themselves. Weiss was at her desk, doing her studies and preparing for the next semester. Blake was sitting on her bed reading one of her books, and Yang was going through her clothes, finding something new for her to wear. Team RWBY just returned to Beacon Academy after an encounter with Roman Torchwick and Lin White Fang, with getting ready for their second year in Beacon Academy until someone knocked on their door. Um, I mean, so you would think that this is during the one encounter in season 1. I guess it could be during the part in season 1. So I guess that makes sense. Or I mean, they didn't I don't know, they didn't start their second year. It was they just started a new semester or something. So I don't know. I think you got your facts wrong, maybe. Anyways, who is it? RWBY asked as she walked to the door, but no one answered. She opened the door and looked around to see who knocked on the door. Hello? RWBY looked down and saw a package on the doorstep. Doorstep? It's a hallway. All right, whatever. She picked up the package and closed the door. "Oh," RWBY answered, "but someone left a package by our door." "A package?" Blake questioned, looking at RWBY. Weiss looked at the package and said, "It's probably just someone pulling a prank on us. Let's just leave it alone." "Let's open it," RWBY shouted, tearing the package open. That's probably a good idea. "Didn't you hear me, you dolt?" Weiss shouted at her partner. "It could be a trick." "Oh, come on, Weiss," Yang said. "We don't know if it's a trick or not, so let's see what it is." Yeah, and if it is a prank, we'll just prank them back 10 times harder. I think you missed the, need to make that plural. Need to pluralize time. RWBY said as she continues to open the package. She tore off the last piece of paper and revealed a book with a weird insignia on its red cover. "What does it look like?" "It's a book," Blake said. RWBY opened the door. The door? Why would she open the door? And flipped through the pages and found nothing written in any. "This book is blank." Then a bright light erupted from the book, blinding the four girls. "What the?" Weiss said, covering her eyes. "What's going on?" RWBY shouted as the light glowed brighter, engulfing the four girls. The light started to fade and Team RWBY was nowhere to be found. The book fell to the ground and closed itself as thunderclaps were outside of the academy. Ugh, Ruby said as she sat up from the stone ground of an alley. She opened her eyes and looked at her surroundings. She looked behind her and saw her friends beginning to stir. What happened? Yang said, getting back up to her feet. I don't know, Blake said, trying to remember what happened. The last thing I remembered, okay, was Ruby opening the book, and that was it. So does anyone know where we are? Ruby asked, looking around. I don't know, Yang said, but I don't think we're in Beacon again. And oh God. But I don't think we're in Beacon anymore. Jesus. Hey, a voice said, catching the girl's attention. They looked at wearing a black vest. Is that accurate? I mean, I guess it is. With gold trims and gray baggy shorts with a blue cat hanging on her shoulder. A girl with long blonde hair wearing a white shirt and short skirt, a boy with a black hair wearing jeans, and a girl with scarlet red hair wearing a suit of armor. Wow, can you guess who that is? Who are you and what are you doing in an alley? Well, my name is Ruby, Ruby said, and then she looked at her team, and this is Weiss, Blake, and my sister Yang, and we were wondering if you know how to get to Beacon Academy, Blake finished for her leader. Beacon Academy, the girl with scarlet hair questioned. Sorry, I've never heard of it. Ooh, boy. You never heard of Beacon Academy? Weiss said, shocked. We're still in Vale, right? No, you're in Magnolia, the shirtless boy said. This is the kingdom of Fiore. God damn it. Fiore, Weiss said nervously. Where did that book take us? A book? The blue cat repeated, shocking Team Ruby. Did that cat just speak? Weiss asked. I can fly too, the cat said. His wings appeared on his back and he flew to Weiss. That's so cool, Ruby said with stars in her eyes. Okay, we gotta take a little break. Okay, it's time to get back to this. So, hold on. Okay, so, did that cat just speak? Weiss asked, shocked. I can fly too, the cat said. His wings appeared on his back and he flew to Weiss. That's so cool, Ruby said with stars in her eyes. Anyway, we found a book on our doorstep, Blake said, getting back to the subject. When we opened it, a light came out, and then we woke up in this alley. I see, the scarlet hair said. Hey, why don't you come with us to our guild, the blonde hair said. Our master might be able to help you guys. Your guild, Yang questioned. Where is it? It's a building that almost looks like a castle. It has the words fairy tale written on the front. Okay, thanks, we've never gotten your names, Ruby said. I'm Lucy, the blonde said, introducing herself. This is Natsu, Gray, Urza, and the blue cat is Happy. After the introduction, Team Ruby followed their new friends to their guild hall. As they were talking, Urza explained how everyone in their guild is a wizards, each using a different form of magic. Okay, it's a weird noise. What the heck is going on? Stop with the weird noises. What the heck? God dang it, stop with the weird noises. Why with the weird noises? I don't like them. Oh God, okay. They looked at the building in front of them with widened eyes. Oh God, it's getting worse. It looks almost like a castle, just as Lucy said. Natsu looked up at the fairy tale. He shouted as he opened the doors. Team Ruby was in awe at the size of the guild. There were a lot of people sitting around drinking and talking with their friends. Natsu and his friends had already to a table where a little girl with long blue hair, Wendy, okay, how are you supposed to know that? Isn't this in like Ruby's point of view or something? I guess it's whatever. But they're saying it's Wendy, was sitting with a white car, wearing a dress. Carla Oh, hello there, a voice said, getting RWBY and her team's attention. He looked at a girl with long white hair, pink dress, and a kind smile. Here, Jane. Well, that wasn't obvious or anything. Are you four here to join the guild? Yes, RWBY shouted happily. We're not here to be a part of the guild, you dunce, voice exclaimed, hitting RWBY over her head. Actually, we're here to see this guild's master. We've got something we want to talk to him about. I'm right here, new voice said. So what brings you ladies here today? Team RWBY looked around to find who said that. Their jaws dropped when they saw a short old man standing on the bar stool. You mean he's your guild master, Weiss said, pointing at the short old man. That's right, the old man said. My name is Makarov Dreyar, and I am the master of this guild. Now what can I do for you? Actually, we do need your help with something, Blake said. The four girls followed Makarov and Mira Jane to the guildmaster's office. Once they entered the room, Blake started to explain their situation to Makarov, from receiving a strange book to meeting Natsu and his friends. I see, Makarov said, rubbing his chin. It's quite a unique use of teleportation magic. Tell me, did you notice anything else strange about the book other than it being blank? Yeah, there was a strange symbol on the cover of the book. It looked like two little black circles in the middle. Insignia of a guild? Mira asked. It is a possibility, Makarov said. I'll see if the council knows anything about that mark. Did you know how we can get back home, Makarov? Yang asked. At this moment, I'm afraid that I don't, Guildmaster said. Wait, you mean we may never get back home? Weiss said in panic. She grabbed RWBY by her collar and started shaking her. I told you not to open that damn package. Now we're stuck here. Now, I never said that, Makarov said. There is a way for you to find a way to return to your home, but you four will have to find that answer yourselves. How do we do that? RWBY asked. By joining Fairy Tail, of course, said Makarov. But we're not wizards, Yang said. Don't worry about that, Mira said. We accept people from anywhere, no matter what they've done before coming Fairy Tail. Everyone is welcome to join. But how will joining a guild help us? Weiss asked. Guilds are oftentimes a good source to gather information, Makarov. Some information about helping you girls get back to your home. Team RWBY looked at each other, thinking that it might buy their only lead to get back to Beacon. Okay, we'll join, RWBY said happily. A big smile appeared on Makarov's face. Very well, allow me to officially welcome you to Fairy Tail. Now there are a few things that need to be done before you four are officially. Right, Tamira said as she grabbed some magic stamps. Where do you want your stamp to go, and what color do you want? A stamp? RWBY asked, confused. That's right, we put a stamp somewhere on your body so that people can recognize you as a member of our guild. Mira explained. Okay then, right here in red, RWBY said, sticking her hand out. Mira nodded and placed the stamp of RWBY's hand. Mira did the same for Blake, Weiss, and Yang, placing the guild's insignia of their own. Alright then, there are a few rules that I must discuss with you, Makarov said, and these rules must not be broken. Team RWBY nodded as the guildmaster explained the rules of the guild. Minutes later, wow, not even gonna come up with rules. Alright, fine. Minutes later, Team RWBY stepped out of Makarov's office with Makarov leading them. Makarov jumped up on the bar counter. Jeez, can I read? Clearing his throat. Alright, everyone, listen up, Makarov shouted, getting everyone's attention. Today, we've got 4 new members joining our guild. Looked at the 4 girls besides Makarov, as Makarov, and the eyes of most of the male members turned into hearts. Team RWBY started feeling a bit uncomfortable with the male members staring at them. Wow. I mean, I get that no guild member care about the whole, like, oh, these people are still minors, and, this is really weird doing this kind of thing, but, I mean, whatever. It's an anime. Doesn't matter anyways. Hi, RWBY said nervously. I'm RWBY, and this is Weiss, Blake, and Yang. Now let's celebrate the newest additions to our guild, Makarov shouted. The entire guild roared in excitement as the celebration has begun. Everyone was singing, drinking, eating, and dancing like there's no tomorrow. Man, this place sure is lively, huh? Yang said, looking at partying guild members. Yeah, maybe we should take this time to relax for a while. Or for a while, Blake said. Are you kidding? Weiss asked. We should find... Oh, God. Grammar is getting worse. We should finding out how to get back to Vale. What do you think, Ruby? She looked over to Ruby only to find her walking to the table where Natsu and the others were. Well, that settles it then, Yang said with a smile as she sat down on a nearby bar stool in order to drink. Weiss sighed at the fact that no one besides her heard. Okay, that should be concerned about the situation they're in. Don't worry about it, Weiss, Blake said. We'll start getting information first thing in the morning if nobody has a hangover. Well, yeah, I guess you're right, Weiss said in defeat. Blake smiled as the two girls followed Ruby to Natsu's table. Hey guys, Ruby shouted, running towards Natsu's table with Weiss and Blake behind her. Oh, hey Ruby, Lucy said, waving at the red hooded girl. So you guys decided to be part of the guild, huh? Natsu said as Ruby sat next to the Dragon Slayer. Weiss and Blake grabbed some empty chairs and sat at the table. Yes, at least until we find a way back to Beacon, Weiss said. And who's this? Blake asked, looking at the little blue-haired girl. My name is Wendy, the little girl said, introducing herself, and she looked at the white cat wearing a dress. And this is Carla. Nice to meet you, the white cat said. Cool, another talking cat, Ruby said with stars in her eyes, looking at Carla. So any luck on heading back to your world? Gray asked. He said that we would find the way back to Vale ourselves, but, Weiss said, but the problem is that we don't even know where to start. Hey, don't worry about it, Natsu said. We can help you guys get back home. If you guys can't find way to this Vale place, then we'll find one for you. We're all friends, right? Right, Ruby nodded. Alright then, let's party, Natsu shouted. Yeah, everyone shouted as they joined the rest of the guild in the celebration. Outside the guild hall, a figure stood in the shadows, watching as the four huntresses are being welcomed into the guild. A wicked smirk appeared as he walked away. Imprinted on the left side of his neck was a circle with two bat wings going through it. To be continued. Ah, it's Rico94 that actually... Good. Gotta make sure to deal with that. So apparently this... Good God, 19 chapters. Chapter is the last one. Oh, God. Well, I don't really want to end up doing 20 parts on this. Whatever. Okay, I think at this point we'll just kind of say, yeah, we're gonna end this episode right now. We might come back to this. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out somewhat, but I'm gonna guess the next time there probably won't be this one. This will not be the fan fiction that we'll be doing. It'll be a different one. I might end up switching back and forth between this one and just, a random other one, just because this is kind of I don't want parts of this, so I'll figure it out sometime. But yeah, so that was the Huntress of Fairy Tale by Rico94, and apparently it's finished, which is nice, because you don't want to be waiting for more parts of this ridiculously long story, because that was a long chapter. So yeah.